بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيد الأنبياء والمرسلين حبيبنا وحبيب رب العالمين رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. Yesterday we went over several of those ahadith that spoke about those who will be given the shade of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's throne on the day of judgment. The next hadith that Imam Sha'rani brings, he says, وَرَوَى مُسْلِمٌ Imam Muslim rahmatullahi alayhi narrates, وَالَّذِي نَفْسِي بِيَدِهِ Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he swore that by the one in whose hand is my soul, لَن تَدْخُلُ الْجَنَّةَ حَتَّى تُؤْمِنُوا You will not enter Jannah until you believe. وَلَن تُؤْمِنُوا حَتَّى تَحَابُّوا And you cannot have true belief until you love one another. أَوَلَا أَدُلُّكُمْ عَلَى شَيْءٍ إِذَا فَعَلْتُمُوهُ تَحَابَبْتُمْ Should I not tell you about a thing that if you do it, you will begin to love one another? أَفْشُوا السَّلَامَ بَيْنَكُمْ Spread salam amongst yourselves. This is what Rasulullah ﷺ said. That you won't enter Jannah until you have true belief. And true belief can't occur until you have love for one another. That's a sign of our iman, that we have concern for our Muslim brothers and sisters. Otherwise, if there was no need for this concern, Rasulullah ﷺ was given all this information by Allah and all of this qurb to Allah. He could have left it. He could have kept it for himself. Yet he went through so much hardship, a lot of hardship, in order for others to learn from him, to convey this to others, why he had love for them. Similar with the Sahaba radiyallahu ta'ala. They had love for those around them, they had love for humanity as a whole, going and trying to give this message. Now Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he says the door to gaining love for one another is to say, Assalamu alaikum, spread salam. Interestingly enough, when Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, when he entered Medina, that's the first thing that he said. Now imagine, we had the presidential address yesterday, and it was like very combative, right? But now Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, when entering Makkah, he also has an address to everybody, to Medina, he has an address to everybody. So now when a person, when they're assuming their role, their power, they're assuming that they have a speech. So rather than being divisive, like yesterday, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, what he did was, he had a message of unity. Now imagine the scene, he's coming into Medina, everybody has been awaiting for Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam to come. Every day people would go out and see, has he come yet, has he come yet? People are sitting in trees, people are sitting on top of houses just to get a glimpse of him. Everybody's hanging on every word. What is it that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is going to tell us? So when Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam came in, he said, Ayyuhan nas afshu salam. That's the first thing he said. O people, afshu salam, spread salam. After that, wati'imut ta'am, and feed people. Number 3, wasilul arham, join family relations. Number 4, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, waqumu bil-layl wan-nasu niyam, and pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by night while everybody else is asleep. Tadkhulul jannata bi salam. You do all of this, you'll enter Jannah with security, with peace. But the first thing Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said is salam. Spread salam to people. Why? Because this fosters love. When you have love between people, then how do you express love? Usually by having a meal with somebody, right? Now, Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, join family relations, keep your family relations strong. What happens? When things break down with a family member, what usually happens? You don't talk. How do you break the ice? By saying salam, right? So Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam gave this very practical step. You know, sometimes when you look around in the masjid, you know, some people, like, they have like a mean face. The face is just kind of looks like mean. If they're just sitting there, they look mean. Maybe I look mean. I don't know. We were just sitting there. But when somebody goes and they say Assalamu alaikum, you see the person, they also brighten up. Or if that person with the mean face, when they come to you and say Assalamu alaikum, it brightens up. Now, you had all of your thoughts in your head, about this person. Oh, yeah, he looks mean, he's angry, this or that. And now when you say salam, when he says salam to you, or you say salam to them, their face completely changes. It brightens. It's like a flower that's bloomed. And now you begin to talk. It's a nice person, right? Their face is just like that, but they're a nice person. Now, when you see them more, you're not going to see that mean face or that normal face anymore. You're going to see that bright face. And now, once salam is that door inside, and now after that, you'll begin to talk, you'll begin to exchange gifts, you'll begin to spend time, get to know one another. Otherwise, how everybody in this masjid is so close? Not everybody is so close, but there's groups of people who are close that did not know one another before moving to this area. People from all around the world. And all of you think, what is the first thing that you said to one another? First thing that you said, Assalamu alaikum. And salam is a very beautiful, unique Islamic greeting, because in every other culture you say hi, hello, whatever, and most you'll say good morning. It's a comment. Muslims, when we say Assalamu alaikum, this is not just a greeting, it's showing the person, I have great love and concern for you, so much so that I don't know you, but I'm making dua for your well-being. And I want you to know that you're safe from me, and I'm making dua for your well-being because I have concern for you. And of course, when the relationship begins with dua, it's going to be positive. Along with that, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said that when you say Assalamu alaikum, you get 10 good deeds. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, 20 good deeds. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, 30 good deeds. There's no difficulty in saying Assalamu alaikum. Whether you know somebody or you don't know somebody, saying salam, there's no problem. However, when you don't say salam, two things happen. One, Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, Al-badi'u bis-salami bari'u min al-kibr. The one who initiates salam, it's a sign that they're free of pride. If you don't say salam, there might be some pride there, right? Now, you don't have to go to every individual person in the masjid and say salam. Sometimes a group salam is sufficient. However, it's not sunnah that right when you walk in the masjid to scream Assalamu alaikum, as some people do. That's not sunnah, right? But it's a group of people, because there's people praying, there's people reading Quran, there's people doing this and that. But it's a group of people sitting, you could just say Assalamu alaikum to the whole group, right? The second thing is, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, Luqman alayhi salam, the advice he gave to his son, وَلَا تُصَعِّرْ خَدَّكَ لِلنَّاسِ وَلَا تَمْشِي فِي الْأَرْضِ مَرَحًا. Don't turn your cheek, don't turn your face away from people. This is a sign of arrogance, right? When you don't say salam, when you see somebody and you don't make the effort to go say salam, a lot of times it's because of a thought in our head. You know, why should I say salam to him? I'm older, I'm more intelligent, I'm the imam in the masjid. Why should I say salam? They need to come and say salam to me, right? Or we turn our face away, that's a sign of pride. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us from that. The next hadith is from Imam Muslim as well. He said that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, a man, we don't know where this man was from. See, sometimes a person, they do something for the sake of Allah. They just do something. Their name is not recorded in history or anything, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has recorded that. And that deed is very beloved to Allah, such that Allah lets it be known while hiding the person. Yet that person's, this incident of that person, it's put onto the tongue of a Nabi, or it's mentioned in the Quran, such that until the end of time it's preserved. And on the day of judgment, that person will be revealed. Who was it? So, Zara rajulun akhallahu fillah. A man went to visit his brother that he loved for the sake of Allah. Meaning, again, they didn't have he wasn't getting anything from this relation. The whole basis of the relationship was deen. فَأَرْسَلَ اللَّهُ لَهُ مَلَكًا عَلَى مَدْرَجَتِهِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent an angel to him in his path. قَالَ أَيْنَ تُرِيدُ. So what do you intend? قَالَ أُرِيدُ أَخَلِّي فِي هَذِهِ الْقَرْيَةِ. He said, I intend to go and meet my friend, this brother of mine in this village. قَالَ فَهَلَّكَ عِنْدَهُ مِن نِعْمَةٍ تَرُبُّهَا. He said, does he have some favor upon you that you have to repay? Or does he have some business that you hope to profit from? قَالَ لَا. Has he done a favor on you? No. Does he have some business? Does he have some wealth that you think that you'll profit from? You go, you make a friend with a rich person. قال لا غير أني أحببته في الله. He said, no, the only thing is I love him for the sake of Allah. قال أبشر. Rasulullah, the angel said to him, it was in a form of a man, أبشر. Rejoice, فإني رسول الله إليك. I am a messenger sent to you from Allah. أن الله قد أحبك كما أحببته. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves you like you love this person. All for he went and he visited someone. So now I'm going to say something, and this, please don't take it any wrong way. I'm saying as an advice, right? Sometimes brothers, they visit other people's houses, but then there's a gharz, there's a motive. The motive may be to come to visit them, to have them come to the masjid. You could get my ishara here. The motive is to get the person to come to the masjid, but because you don't get to know the person outside of that, when the person sees you coming to the door, they tell their kids, say, I'm not home, or close the door, or they just don't answer the door, right? However, if you get to know the person as a person, just no, agenda at all, that person will love you. Maulana Tariq Jamil Sahib, Hafizahullah, there's an incident with him. He went to some other country, I think it was Norway, so some European country. And there was a man that the Sati said, this guy never prays. He never prays. So the Maulana Tariq Jamil Sahib, he went to his house, and the guy was upset, why will you always come to my house? He said, I'm not calling you to come to the masjid. He said, I heard you're from the same village as me. And he said, whatever village? He said, yeah, I'm from that village. He said, yeah, so I came to meet you because of that. Somebody in this faraway place is from the same village as me. I just came to meet you. So he opened up. He sat down with him, he talked with him, just small talk about where they're from, this and that. Later on, people said from that day, that person, he became a namazi. From that day, he became a lifelong person who prayed salah. He didn't pray. Why? Because he didn't feel that there was any agenda behind calling him. Sometimes even for dini things, there's like an agenda, right? Like, it happens with me all the time. Somebody never says salam, nothing, doesn't ask about me, nothing. But then I get a text, assalamu alaikum. Like I'm just waiting for that text. Right? I see it, I just ignore it. After like 5 minutes, how are you? I was like, you don't care how I am. You need something from me. I know you don't care how I am. Right? You need something, that's why. Otherwise, we would know, you would ask me every day, how are you? As I ask you, right? So sometimes there's an agenda. It turns a person off, right? So we should make a point just to tell people, just ask them for no reason, how are you? Assalamu alaikum. How are you? How are your kids? Or how's work going? How's your health? How are your parents? So many times we have brothers here, their fathers come and they visit for a few months and they go back home. Just ask, how's your father? Imagine how that person will feel afterwards. And true love will come, right? So I think this is enough for today. It's a good lesson here. And inshallah, there's a bunch of ahadith tomorrow that all deal with the palaces. They're scattered throughout the chapter. I'm just going to bring them together. About the palaces and the rewards on the Day of Judgment, the palaces and the thrones reserved for those who love one another on the Day of Judgment. So what I'll do, I'll find the first hadith, and then after that, I'll just highlight the differences, like the additional information in all of those ahadith, and inshallah we'll continue tomorrow.